theme is how does it feel to be a hypocrite?
Right. Well, he sounds like a royal dirtbag.
I was wrong about something.
Magnificent! Magnificent! Magnificent!
If we can be with ourselves, if we can understand ourselves, we can love.
It's not my fault nobody can understand what you're saying.
Let's go while we're young.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, just introduce yourself and tell me what you ate for breakfast.
Hey, good morning. 1 week ago today, my daughter was on the podcast, and thanks for all the love that you poured out for that and the questions that we had while we were live, and then the days later as more people watched the morning hair, the natural crawl out of bed hair that we all have. Some days are better than others though, right? But she was on. We got more views and more questions as the days went on, and I appreciate that. It was fun. It's fun for me to have her on and things. So appreciate her for doing that as well. But hey, she has some really good advice for me too, by the way. I'm going to share some of that with you later. And I have a couple of really important announcements here to make. But if you can put in the comments right now, you're going to win this new shirt that might even hit the website today. But this is a new shirt, several colors that we have coming out. So you're going to win this shirt today. So #garden during the live show only. Hey, we're getting some local artists involved here too. This hand painted rock. Rock came from Lake Superior. There'll be more coming out on some of these things too, but it's very exciting for me to have people that want to contribute in the ways that they're able to. Some are able to I talked about the young lady that was able to send $10. Some are able to purchase different things on the website just to help get out a message of positivity and a message of hope and things. But one of the let's get the tough. Some of this is gonna kind of rock the boat for some really loyal people here, but I haven't said this to really anybody. I'm gonna drop down to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the live show. I will not be doing it on Thursday and Friday any longer. And here's the reason why I am going with less is marvelous instead of less is more. It's one of the key advice pieces that my daughter gave me is to be more concise, a little bit more prepared, and in order to basically do 5 days a week, like I had discussed. She's a very analytical person, and I really appreciate that. And that's the advice that she gives is very thought out. And so if it's going to be 5 days a week, we're going to have to get into topics that I honestly don't want to touch on a live show. And that's going to be cultural, political type things to be able to just do something every single day of the week. It's going to get pretty difficult. That's the reality of it. And I don't really want to do that real specifically. I might touch on some of those things a little bit on the morning show here, but I don't really want to go down that path as a whole thing. So that's what that is. But with that, less is marvelous, right? So, less is more or whatever, but less is marvelous. There's also, I am launching this week. I have basically 90% of the background work already done with it, but that is a subscription-based content right directly off of shinybrand.com. And so that will, I'm going to have 4 different tiers in that, and it's going to start out at $10 is the first tier. And that'll just lay out, or I will have laid out for you to kind of choose. And that's another really good way to support not only the morning show, but is to support the schoolwork that I do and all of those things. So just trying to give different opportunities to just things that you can do to basically help contribute to just keep a positive message in front of students, in front of social media as we can, and things like that. And it's going to be very exclusive content that I will not be producing just for everybody on social media. So that is the second part of it. So it's kind of a, good cop, bad cop kind of thing here. But one of the things we just got finished with was Easter. And so the Garden of Gethsemane, of course, and Jesus. And so I thought I would talk like real specifically about a saying that my daughter had hanging up in her kitchen. Only tend to the garden you can touch. Um, Powerful, deep, powerful truth there. And right now as adults, I'm really disappointed in a lot of adults, frankly. You're trying to reach things on a federal level while the things that are right in front of you you're neglecting, and there's a lot of weeds growing around in your communities, and you're not you're pointing out the small little speck in someone's eye when there's a timber in your own community and in your own area that you're just not addressing. And that's really what this is we need to weed the garden. We need to cultivate the garden. We need to do the things that we can first, what we can touch, like what we can be there and consistently. Less is marvelous, right? The things that we can really affect, be influential, as I say in Shiny, the I for shiny. So I just want to encourage you to do that today. Just think about that. Think about tending that garden, the garden that can only be touched when we're spouting off and doing things on different levels that we'll never be able to affect, while right in our own yard we have real issues. And I'm guilty of it too. Look, I'm not pointing any fingers here. It is definitely something that I try to do and am going to try to do better at. So that's the Monday morning little tidbit. Thanks so much, everybody. Keep the messages coming. Make sure that you share the show, or share this the website or whatever along the way. There is a podcast that I've been working on and developing. I'm going to probably just tie it into the Matt Logan show like I had done a couple of years ago, and just stick with what that kind of base is on that. But nonetheless, there's a lot of really powerful things that I've really researched and gotten into that I want to be able to share a day or two a week with you. So that'll fill the gap a little bit on Thursday and Friday. And plus, Maddie's Movie Mix. We have been working for months on some really incredible movie content where Tyler and I specifically are talking about movies. We're going through the Harry Potter series, Fast and Furious, Mission Impossible, and then plus a lot of other just individual films that we're just chatting about and having a lot of fun with that. So that's also going to be I mean, there's just so much fun content. I think it's fun anyway. I mean, whatever, but it is such fun content for me. And I think that you'll really have a lot of fun with it and see the different sides of what we can do as people. And that's what I call my hobby. And so at any rate, I thank you for sticking with it. Sorry that a lot of this was announcements, but it was just really time to kind of take that transition so that some deeper and more powerful, more marvelous things can be accomplished here with Shiny Brands. So let's give it away. Let's give it away here. All right. Now remember, I'm in here just so that everybody can see in the comments what the hashtag is. So if I win, I will punch it again. So, all right, Mom, she's got some shirts to give away. So, good vibes. I hope you like it. I mean, everybody, I think can understand what that is. And we can all appreciate that we kind of need to give that kind of stuff out in the garden that we can touch. So we'll see you tomorrow morning at 6:30. I'm going to be in Minnesota, but I'm not going to be in this chair tomorrow morning at 6:30. So stay tuned for that, and I'll tell you what I'm up to tomorrow. So see you tomorrow morning.
You know what I just saw?
Who is this guy?
I call myself Podcast because of my podcast.
I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
So it's done. It's done.